What is up, guys, and welcome to the loot from 1000 Zulrah kills. And what better way to start off the video than by showing off the uncut Onyx that I received at 67 kill count. That is the first unique that I've received here at Zulrah, and we'll be starting this grind at, I believe, 18 kill count. Now, the first half of this video would just be me showing certain milestones. I tried to record every 100 kills just to show the progress that I'm making, and I also recorded all the unique drops that I got, and a couple of other stuff like some drops that I thought were, unique or rare, and just a bunch of other little stuff that I'll explain throughout the duration of this video. Now, this next little clip that I recorded was, it was a trip that I risked it. I actually got killed, but the Elite Diary brought me back for a second chance, and it was for 2 Ruined Battle Axes. So I got 2 rare drops from the rare drop table, so I don't know how I felt about that one. I was expecting something a lot more rare. Honestly, all I wanted from this 1000 kills was any mutagen. I would have taken Tanzanite or Magma. I think they both look great. Or the pet. As far as money, money is great. Zulrah is a great money maker. I knew that I was going to make a decent amount, but we were really going after that mutagen. And as you can see here, we just finished our 200th kill here at Zulrah, and nothing too special in terms of loot. And then here we get our second unique, the Magic Fang, at 221 kill count. Now, I was pretty excited to do Zulrah simply because Zulrah items were just at a really good price right now. All the uniques were around 5 mil except for the Onyx. The Onyx, I believe, was around 2 mil. The Onyx was actually pretty low. For the longest time, I remember seeing it like around 2.8 to 3 mil for the Fury. But I don't know, it's been low for quite some time now. As far as gear setup, I decided to go with the T-bow just so that I could relax at Zulrah since I was also learning it. I recommend if you have a T-bow and you're trying to learn Zulrah, go ahead and use it because it's just so much more AFK and it's easier to learn because you don't have to worry about all the switches. I might make a video in the future showing off the mage range switch, but for now I just wanted to use the T-bow. And here you can see it, I got another unique, our first Serpentine Visage, which is also around 5 mil, which was very nice. And yeah, back to gear setup, I was using max range. I had full Armadillo, Anguish, I had a Ring of Suffering to deal with the snakelings that would attack me, and I also had Amethyst arrows instead of Dragon arrows. I know that Dragon arrows are better in terms of damage because you're more likely to hit a higher number. The damage here caps at 50 at Zulrah, so I just decided to go with Amethyst simply because they can hit 50s and it was a lot less cheaper, so I'd end up making more money in the end. But who knows, Dragon arrows might be more efficient. And here at 417 kill count, we have our Tanzanite Fang, our first one. With that kill, we had completed all of the Zulrah uniques that, well, the important ones, besides the mutagen, the pets, and the Jar of Swamp, I believe it's called. But we got both Fangs, the Serpentine Visage, and the Onyx at, I think it's a pretty decent kill count. We didn't go, super dry for those, so I have seen a lot of Iron Men be very unlucky in terms of going for certain items, and honestly, it was just nice to see that completed so early. Another thing that I didn't do here at Zulrah was the use of Vengeance. You can actually use that to speed up your kills and it'll greatly help out, but for me it was just a matter of, I was learning Zulrah and just adding a lot of stuff would just throw me off, so I just decided not to use Vengeance. And here you can see we got another Magic Fang at 547 kill count, and the text is actually orange because the prices of these items went up. Here you can see it was at 5.1 mil. And unfortunately, towards the end of the video, they went back down a little bit, but it's alright. Here at 540 kill count, we got a new personal best. I believe we shaved off like 1 second, which isn't a big deal, but I still took a picture of it. And then here at 573, not too many kills later, we brought the personal best down all the way to 46 seconds. Got really lucky with all the T-bow hits. And then here at 672 KC, we get another Tanzanite Fang, also an orange text because it was over 5 mil. But again, the price did go down, but not too much, so it's not a big deal. I also want to throw out a little disclaimer. The first couple kills that I did at Zulrah, you will notice that my prayers may have been rearranged. That was because that was before Jagex released the blog saying that the reordering of prayers wasn't allowed. But as soon as that blog went live, I changed my prayers, or actually, I didn't even have to. Ruinlight made sure that they complied with the rules and everything was set up right, so we're good. And this is one of those moments that I thought I got a unique loot because I got 3 Zulrah skills, 3 rolls of Zulrah skills. So I decided to record that just because I thought it looked cool. Now, in terms of getting to Zulrah, you can use the Zulrah teleports that Zulrah drops, or you can use the fairy ring, which is further away, but I decided to use it just because I wanted to save some money, and it wasn't a big deal. Honestly, the run from the fairy ring to Zulrah is kind of like the run from banking whenever you're doing Warcath and then running back and forth. It's not really a big deal, especially when you're getting like 4 to 5 kills. So I just decided to use the fairy ring to save some money because I didn't know if I was going to die a lot and I didn't want to have to use Zulrah teleports every single time I died. But if you've already mastered Zulrah, go ahead and use them. You'll probably make more money in the long run anyways. And here I took a picture of my possibly slowest time at Zulrah. I did a 3-minute and 7-second kill with a T-bow, which was pretty slow. And here I took another picture of 3 rolls of Zulrah scales because I thought it looked cool. I don't know how rare that is. It probably might not even be rare, but I thought it looked cool. Now, as for supplies during the Zulrah run, I would use the same setup every single time. I would use a Divine Radiant Potion, I would use 2 Prayer Pots, and I would also use an Anti-Venom Plus. I would also bring 3 Karambit Wands for combo eating, just in case I was getting out DPS like crazy, and the rest was Sharks. And here you can see I got another Magic Fang at 939 kill count. I also decided to bring the Toxic Blowpipe to heal off of Zulrah in her mage form, or his mage form. I actually don't know whether he's a boy or girl. But here at 954 kill count, I got a shield left half. So honestly, I don't even know how rare that is, but I'm pretty sure it's up there. Now in the beginning, I was actually using Addy darts in the Blowpipe, but somebody in my chat, on my Twitch chat, actually recommended that I get Dragon darts to have a better chance of healing. And honestly, I don't even know if it made a difference because the Blowpipe regardless loves to hit zeros with its specs, but I ended up swapping for Dragon darts later on down the road. I also made good use of my max cape. I used that to teleport to the crafting guild to bank all the loot and then to resupply. Once I did that, I would tele to the POH, heal to full with the Ornate Rejuvenation Pool, and then use the fairy ring to go back to Zulrah. And here we are at the last kill of the 1000 Zulrah kills. I'll actually be showing the entire kill just so you can see how I improved over the 1000 kills. When I first started learning Zulrah, I did use the rotations. I used pictures so that I could follow which rotation and where to stand and stuff like that. And I definitely got a lot better with time, because in the very beginning I would mess up so many times even when I had it open and I was looking at it, and then towards the end I was able to just do Zulrah while watching shows or listening to music, so I definitely improved. And like I said before, I was getting around 4 to 5 kills per trip, so it was actually pretty good. I was thinking about swapping out the food because a lot of the times I would just have to drop Sharks or Karambit Wands, but I think in the end I decided just to keep it because it was easier to keep track of how much money I spent on supplies. And the only other thing that I can really think of is I think there might be a way to lure the snakelings a certain way. I didn't look that up, so I have no idea how to do that or if it's even possible, but maybe I'll research that for the next time that I am at Zulrah. And with that kill, we are done with the 1000 Zulrah kills. I believe it took around 2 weeks to do all 1000 kills, and I gotta say, I greatly enjoyed it. More so than Warcath, but that might just be because I have so much KC of Warcath, and Warcath doesn't like to give me good items. Now unfortunately, we didn't receive any mutagen or the pet, but that's alright. We still get to look at this beautiful loot tab. I gotta say, this is the best part of any loot video because it's just, you get to see all of your hard work put into, I guess, a monetary value. And here you can see we got a lot of Zulrah scales, we got a lot of Dragon Med Helms, we got 10 Spirit Seeds, we did 10 Elite Clues, which I'm not going to open in this video because I have another video planned for clues specifically. And then here you can see all the uniques we got from Zulrah, 3 Magic Fangs, 2 Tanzanite, 1 Serp, and 1 Onyx. And then there are the 10 Elite Clues that I'll be saving for another video. And yeah, 16 pieces of each key, so we can make 16 full key, crystal keys. And then of course all the dragon halberds that I seem to get. I got a lot of items that I questioned. I didn't know if I was super unlucky with how many of each I got, but I'm just gonna try to stay optimistic and say that everybody has this luck where they get a bunch of Dragon Med Helms and a bunch of Dragon Halberds, because to me 24 Dragon Med Helms seemed like a lot. It seemed a little excessive, but I don't know. It was my first time at Zulrah. And the first price check, we can see that we have about 100 mil from all these items. What a nice even number to have on the first price check of the 1000 Zulrah kills. Now we can go back to the bank and pull out the second inventory of items, including the uniques. And once again, I just gotta say, I don't know if I got unlucky with these red drops, because I got a bunch of like Ruinite bars, Ruin battle axes, Ruin two hands, silver ore, the adamant javelins, all the gems, the shield left half. I feel like the red drop table is easier to hit at Zulrah, possibly, but I don't know. I'm hoping that it is, because I don't want to find out that I got super unlucky with all of those red drops instead of not getting, more uniques like the Visages or the Fangs. But the second price check, we have 46.4 mil. Not bad at all. Definitely more money than we made at Vorkath from 1000. And even if we didn't make more money here at Zulrah than we did at Vorkath, I would say that Zulrah is still a lot more enjoyable, at least for me, for possibly a few number of reasons. The first being that I was completely burnt out at Vorkath. I have over 7,000 KC and it's a good moneymaker, but there's just no uniques. Like, I don't get any of the the good uniques that you want from Vorkath. And at Zulrah, it seems like you get a really good unique every maybe 1 to 2 days. You get uniques a lot more often, and it just makes it a lot more bearable. And it's just so much fun to see that, Fang on the ground, that Serpentine Visage, just the purple text or the orange text, depending on how much money it is. It makes the grind so much more fun and bearable. And like I do with most of my loot videos, I'm going to be putting the items that I got from Zulrah into the GE for either close to the actively traded price, or maybe even a little bit higher or a little bit lower, depending on how fast I want to sell it. But for the most part, the expensive items, I will let them sit in there for as long as they need to, simply because I just want to maximize the amount of money that we're going to make from these 1000 kills. So you'll see that these Zulrah skills actually sit in there for quite a while, along with the unique items. And that honestly wasn't a problem for me. I didn't mind waiting a few hours as long as I got the most out of my loot. Now, with all the money that I will be getting from the Zulrah loot, I was thinking about buying some gear, but then I thought that I would actually put it into Implinks so that I can do clue videos, because I really want to get the unique items that you get from completing a certain number of clues. You get an item or items at 500 easies, 400 mediums, 300 hards, 200 elites, and 100 masters. So I'll be investing the money that I get here into Implings so that I can complete those caskets and then also make videos over those. As I'm editing this video, I have actually already started on the hard clue grind. I believe I need around 176 hard clues to reach the 300 hard clue goal. And then as for the elite clues, I will most likely be doing that grind whenever I do another boss who will possibly drop elite clues more often. I know Vorkath drops them every now and then, and I think maybe even Sarachnis drops a good amount of elites or hards. So I might kill that boss and do those clues, and then of course I'll use the 10 elite clues that I already have sitting in the bank. I'd rather get the elites from a boss because I don't feel like spending all that money on dragon implings. I'd rather avoid that. I was already kind of skeptical about spending so much money on the magpie implings that I'm currently using for the hard clue scrolls. And with that being said, we have sold all the loot that we got from 1000 kills of Zulrah, and the total amount is 140, almost 147 million GP. That is definitely more money than Vorkath, and I cannot wait to go back to Zulrah because I really want that mutagen and I really want that pet. And if you want to add even more money to it, I had one death throughout this 1000 kills where I actually killed Zulrah and then died, so I wasn't able to collect the loot. So if you want to, you can add that to the final price check, but I'm not going to because I think it's just a cost of doing business. I also did my best in trying to keep track of how many supplies I used throughout the entire 1000 kills, and I'm pretty confident that this is all the supplies that I've used throughout the 1000 kills. I used Divine Ranging Potions, Prayer Pots, Antivenoms, Sharks, Cromboans, Rings of Recoil for my Ring of Suffering, and the Amethyst Arrows, the Zulrah Scales and the Blowpipe, and then of course the Addy Darts that I used in the beginning, and the Dragon Darts that I used for the rest of the video. It's a total of 12.7 million for supplies, which honestly I thought it was going to be way more, but I think I saved a good amount of money instead of buying, dragon arrows and other good stuff. But honestly, if you're already good at this moneymaker, you're probably better off buying the best stuff that you can. So if we subtract the amount of money that we spent on supplies from the amount of money that we made from 1000 kills, we get a total profit of 134,195,182 GP. Not bad for 1000 Zulrah kills. No mutagen, no pet, but we still made out with a nice amount of money. And as always, I just want to say thank you guys for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and possibly a subscription. It is 100% free. Also, the OSR's Wiki money making method videos will continue as planned. I just like to do these loot videos every now and then in the background because it's always been fun to me to kill a certain boss or monster a certain number of times and then see how much you've made from it. So if you guys have any ideas for loot videos as well, you can leave it down in the comments below and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time.